Welcome back, nerds and nerdettes. We're going to get into some Marvel Rivals. I'm going to teach you how to play every character in the game on abilities, tips and tricks, advanced tips and tricks, and some combinations that will get you through the ranked ladder and help your team win. Let's snap into it. In this video, we are going to go over the super soldier himself, Captain America. Cap has some recent changes for Season 1. I'm going to talk about those as we go throughout the video. We're going to talk about his abilities, some skills, combinations, how to play Cap so you can be most effective. I'll have some gameplay in the background, along with some practice screens to easily follow along. Let's start off with his first ability, his Sentinel Strike. Sentinel Strike allows Captain America to do 2 melee attacks at 40 damage each. After you successfully have done 2 melee strikes, you will have the ability to use 4 shield throws. You do have a 5-second window in which to use those. Each shield throw does 45 damage. As you'll see here on the screen, here's one indicator off a hit. You'll see the second indicator. We'll turn it over to the 4 shield throws. If you do not use all 4 shield throws in that 5-second time, you'll go back to 2 melee strikes again. His second ability, Living Legend. He uses his vibranium shield to protect himself and others behind him. You got to be careful. This only has 400 health. If it gets destroyed, it is a 5-second recovery time where Cap will not have his shield in any way, shape, or form. The nice part about this shield is it actually can ricochet incoming projectiles at him. It actually will also block almost every ultimate in the game with the exception of a handful. I could do a separate video on this, but as long as Cap's shield has at least 1 health, it can block Scarlet Witch ultimates, Doctor Strange ultimates. If any healer, like Jeff, shoots a bubble, that bubble can bounce off your shield and it'll actually convert over to a health bubble for your team. So if Jeff is shooting out bubbles to try to get away or to try to get him to his teammates and they hit your shield, good news is it will convert over to you. There's a lot of really unique features that his shield provides. With the ricochet, you never want to use your target hairs and aim at the target that's shooting you. You want to be about 1.5 person down, and you'll see here on the screen, every time it ricochets and I'm pointing at him, it goes over the head up in the air. They don't have a direct direction. They will go all over the place randomly. If you aim that shield down, you will notice you can have the chance to hit your target. So you got to be very careful when using Cap shield to send a projectile back. It is very useful to do extra damage just by holding the shield. Now in his kit, his leading dash, this ability allows Cap to run around 33% normal speed of a normal Marvel character in this game. He is very fast. He gets in and out of fights. He gets to the back line, gets to targets, gets to the point a lot quicker than anybody else. In this dash form, if he jumps up, he gets what they call fearless leap. So he'll be able to jump in the air higher than normal, get on different targets, jump over stuff that other characters can't get around. So it gives him that ability to get to certain areas in the map. For example, as Cap, you're going to want to know your map very well. You're going to get in and out of fights. You might have to run and jump. If you know where all the health packs are, you're going to want to get to those health packs to heal yourself. There are some games when you play Cap where unless you need to heal, you're not really with your team. A lot of the times you're in the back line of their team doing disruption, circling back around to your team, maybe helping them out if need be, and then you're going right back. So you're going to really utilize those health packs to keep yourself alive. You're a very self-sustained character in this game. If you know your map well, it can be very useful. So when Cap uses his fearless leap, jumps in the air, another ability he has his super soldier slam where he comes crashing down to the ground, does 30 damage. It used to be 12 seconds, but now it's a 10-second cooldown. It's got about a 20-meter radius. So Cap will run, jump in the air. You'll have a little indicator on the ground, looks like a shield. You'll come crashing down on that spot. This isn't designed to do max damage, but the nice part is when you land, it does knock targets up in the air. So it allows you time to get a couple strikes off, get to your shield strike, and move on. He also has a Liberty Rush. Similar to the shield smash, it does 30 damage. It's a 10-second cooldown. It's only got a 12-meter radius, but Cap will put out his shield. He'll dash towards the target, hitting them, doing damage. It doesn't have a knockback or a knockup. These are great engagements or chase down mechanic tools, but you're not going to want to utilize these every time you enter. You're going to want to leave at least your shield smash or your Liberty Rush to get out of fights, because if you're jumping to the back line and you have no way of getting out and they target you, you're going to need one of these abilities to get distant. Now, if you shield smash down, you hit a target, they try to get away, and you can use your Liberty Rush to hit them or get close to them. Obviously, utilize it properly to secure a kill and then get back out. But try not to be in the habit of using these two for your primary damage, because if you do both of these and you hit a target, you're only doing 60 damage. On any tank or anybody in the back line, they can out heal this. So be very careful when you utilize these. You don't try to kill a target. These are more of an engage or disengage. So utilize these in the smartest way possible, and this will sustain you and keep you as a better Cap player, so you're not just in the back line getting killed over and over. One of his other abilities abilities, his Vibranium Energy Saw. Cap will throw his shield. It's a single projectile throw, but it can ricochet up to hit 3 targets. It does 70 damage on its initial target, and it does a 20% reduction for each ricochet. This has an 8-second cooldown. It's got a 25-meter max distance. If it hits the ground, then hits a target, that is 2 ricochets. It will hit one more item and then come back to you, whether it be a person or another object. A great way to utilize this is if there is a flyer, an Iron Man, a Storm, something like that in the air. Don't try to hit him directly, because if your shield goes by it and doesn't hit anything, it's just going to go on cooldown and nothing's going to happen. You got to wait another 8 seconds to use it again. The best way to use it, if you are near a wall or a ceiling or a pillar and you have a flyer next to it, hit the solid object and it will ricochet and do damage to the flyer. So utilize your environment around you. Don't try to just hit it directly. You're not a Hela, you're not a Hawkeye. You actually have the ability to miss and get your target back to you. One thing I do want to go over with is Liberty Rush. You're going to see here in the game footage, in the practice area, I know we talked about this in other videos, but you're always going to want to aim to the right. If I dive at this character here, right to the left, and I miss even a fraction, even though it looks like my arms go through his arm, it doesn't count as an engagement. It doesn't hit the target. So you'll see here, do it again. Look how close I am. No target hit. But watch how far I can miss to the right. I can be almost a whole character away and still hit him with my shield. Look at that. I'm a good 1.5 inches away on my screen from hitting my target, and I'm still engaging with my shield. If you miss to the right, you have a better chance at still hitting your target. This game always will favor the right because of the type of gameplay it is. You are a third-person shooter, always aim to the right. His ultimate, Freedom Charge. This is one of the biggest buffs. So it's a spell field for 10 seconds, 45-meter area behind Cap. You'll see the stars and stripes chasing him. If you are standing in that area as an ally, you will get 100 bonus health, and you will get a 50 heal bonus every second that you're in the stars and stripes area. Cap will get 150 bonus health, and he will get 100 bonus health while he was in that area. It used to be 110 and 60, now it's 150. You will get a 30-second speed boost to all allies and yourself. And now Cap is going to be ultra fast. You're going to run around, get the stars and stripes around all the characters as you're doing hits and targets. You're going to gain health, and you're going to be able to sustain. So you're going to be in that fight longer, and your teammates can engage with you. He's going to yell out assemble. If Cap ever yells out assemble and he's with his team, he should always do this with his team. You are going to want to follow suit, go in there. It's going to be easier on your healers because you're going to be getting heals. There's going to be a max speed boost, so you'll be able to move around quicker. And its cost went down to 3,100 from 3,400. So Cap can use this a lot more often. It's a phenomenal team ultra that you want to take advantage of. So any ultimate that includes your team like this, that's when you're going to want to utilize this at its peak performance, so you can maximize all damage to any parties, especially on control points, or if you need to get to a certain area and there's a bunch of enemies just scattered out, and you can spread out that damage. Like I said before, a couple combos. You're going to want to do 2 hits, back up, throw 4 shields. You're going to want to jump, shield smash down, hit, shield, shield, shield. You can dive out and use your Vibranium shield to throw backwards. If you are backpedaling, or if you're near your team and there's an ultimate, use your shield to redirect it. Your shield will recover over time, so you're not going to leave it out like you will with a Strange or a Magneto where it stays up for a while, or you're not going to flicker it because it's not fast enough to flicker. Once it goes down, that 2-second delay is going to come back up. Cap's a very fast-paced tank, so you're going to learn how to play in a way that other tanks don't. You're going to be very exposed. You're going to be very out in areas. You're going to be running around the backside of the enemy team, smashing into them, doing a bunch of damage, going out and away. They will focus on you if they're a good team, especially in the higher ranks. They know how Cap plays. They're going to leave a DPS somewhere in the back, so you're going to have to be careful. Taking out the healers and the DPS is going to be a lot harder. Focus on the healers if you can. If there is a ultimate available, one thing I didn't go over, Cap can hold his shield up. If you have your shield up and you are running through targets, it will displace them and push them. You can push multiple targets multiple times. You just keep running at a tank and you'll push the tank completely out of the way, especially if you're behind them and you're pushing towards your team. You can push healers pretty much off the map. If they have any kind of mobility, they're going to try to get out of the way, but there's a lot of tanks and a lot of characters in this game that don't. Utilize your speed and power to push them completely out of the way, put them around a corner, start hitting them, throw your shield, smash them further back, push them off cliffs. You can block Jeff's ultimate if you have your ability up and your shield and he goes to hit you, face the shield down, or Venom, face the shield down, and they can't come up and hit you. They'll hit the shield. They'll do no damage to you, and Jeff can't eat you. There are projectile bounce backs, once again, like we talked about. If Hawkeye uses his ultimate and you have your shield up and you're running, it will not put clones out, so he can't hit your clones. The second you put your shield down, you will see your clones again. If you put it back up, it disappears. So Cap's shield and Cap's ultimate are really the hardest part of his kit to understand when to use and how to use. But as you play him more and more, you're going to start to realize what you can and can't block. Like I said, this could be a whole video just on that. I hope what I gave you so far did help you out understand Cap. Also makes you understand his abilities. If it did, gets you through to the next game and you continue to get better with Cap, drop a like, subscribe, turn those notification bells on, and we'll catch you in the next one.